My name is Gerald. I run a production company called Paper Street Production.
My name is Brian Ordiales. Nagtayo ako ng sarili kong negosyo. That's why we've met. So, I put up Cloud Studios. Direk, bakit nga ba naisip natin tong podcast?
Usually kasi pag naka-whiskey ka, mas open ka.
Mas open.
Diba?
Yeah. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Life Over Whiskey podcast, where we share valuable life lessons and stories you can learn from over a glass of whiskey. My name is Brian.
And I'm Gerald. Iba-iba boses ko, pansin mo. Iniiba natin yung character.
May ibang personality ka na naman ngayon, Direk.
Iba na naman.
Ayan. So, Direk, ano bang topic natin today?
Alam mo kung ba't iniiba ko yung voice ko every time?
Bakit?
Kasi minamanifest ko yung boses na yun. Joke.
Mukhang ngayon yung topic natin today, ha?
Today kasi topic natin today is manifestation. Does it work or myth lang siya? So,
and with that, may in-invite tayo na very special guest for this topic. And I believe, kasi syempre ako yung nag-invite sa kanya, no? And I believe he's one of the perfect person to talk about this.
Why?
Because he is a life coach. He's also an entrepreneur, a business owner. He's also a wealth coach. And he is a content creator, influencer as well.
I heard
So
na...
madami na tulungan to na tao, to be honest.
I heard, meron daw itong 200 plus thousand followers sa TikTok.
Okay na ba yan, Derek? Okay na ba yan? ito na naman.
Pogs na!
Pogs, ayan.
Oh,
Pogs.
Pogs.
So, yun yung term namin, no? Pogs. So, without further ado, let me introduce and let us all welcome Coach Migs Flores.
Yo!
Thank you. Grabe naman. Pag nasa gitna ka pala, no, nararamdaman mo yung energy pareho.
Energy, yes. So, before anything else, cheers muna tayo.
Cheers.
Ayan, cheers. Woo. Ayan. So Coach Migs.
Yeah.
So, for the people who are watching, who doesn't know you, maybe you'd like to share a couple of things about you, what you do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so lagi ko to sinasabi, no, sa contrary to popular belief, no, hindi ako content creator that makes it my bread and butter. So
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
really an entrepreneur and I've got businesses to run. I just happen to make content.
You enjoy
Specifically,
making content,
I
yeah.
love making content. Parang feeling ko yung bibig ko hindi siya kayang tumigil. Parang ayaw niyang mag-stop, no? I've happened to make contents and I love doing it, but I really run approximately 5 businesses now.
Which...
Okay, I have a resto bar in BF.
Okay.
A coffee shop in Antipolo. I also have a parang water distribution system. And my main businesses, no, which I guess majority of my time and effort is on financial services and the training and development.
Oh.
Yeah, where yun nga, yung sinasabi mo,
Yeah,
Brian.
that's where I got involved and got to meet si Coach Migs, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And you are how young again, Migs?
27.
Wow.
27.
Ang bata
running
namang
multiple
successful
businesses.
nito, ah.
Exactly.
You know, I used to remember when I was at his age. Well, may direction naman ako, pero at that time, kahit paano, nandun ka pa rin, mas mataas pa rin yung level ng happy-go-lucky ka eh.
Yeah.
So, I'm just impressed na...
Bumabata na talaga ngayon, Derek.
Iba na talaga.
Maybe because of the availability of information as well.
Yeah.
So parang a lot of people now have access to that and therefore make somewhat more informed decisions.
And
Basically.
ako personally, based on what I see now, kasi with what I do, for example, in one of my businesses, it's financial services, majority of people that are aware and literate on finances are now, let's say, 18, 19 years old. When I was 18 or 19, wala akong kaalam-alam pagdating sa pera, promise. Di ba? I was just waiting on allowance from my parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pero it's really that availability of information and accessibility because of maybe, let's say, social media. Because of social media, nagkaroon na ng accessibility. Uy, ano to? What are the new ways? What are the alternatives? May not be the right all the time, pero at the very least, nagbibigay siya ng information na pwede palang hindi lang one way, which is the way that I was told before.
Oh.
Yeah.
So with talking about this, no, and siguro you're it's like part of your your journey rin growing up. Ito bang buhay mo ngayon at this point in your life, minanifest mo ba to?
Oh, actually, may follow-up din yun I mean,
Oh.
curious lang ako kasi you're 27, right?
Right.
Alam mo, advantage mo, sige, bata ka.
Correct.
You're successful at 27.
Yeah.
But, syempre, ako, I believe na meron ka rin mga hardships.
Oh,
Meaning-
a
Oh,
lot.
I know one of the stories, but kasi we've been with the same community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, syempre, iniisip ko lang, paano mo minanifest yun? Sabi nga ni Bri, at the same time na, syempre, not everyone's gonna believe you because you're young. That's
Yeah.
number one.
Exactly.
Number two, you need to prove yourself
Agree.
for you to have those followers.
Right.
So, how did you do it?
Okay.
Share mo, Coach, yung backstory mo din na, di naman talaga siya nagsispeak in front of a lot of people before. Like,
I tell you. I started just like anybody else. Okay, if the question is, did I manifest this now? Just now. That's my
Just now.
answer. That's my answer to it. When I was starting, I was just like anybody else. I used to believe in the ordinary things that we all believe in,
Okay.
which is
Which is,
there is one way and there is one path, graduate, and then maybe prove myself first for the next 10 years or 1 decade before maybe mapansin ako
okay.
and spend time, energy, effort, blood, sweat, and tears before I could say na, uy, okay to.
Yeah.
And then, of course, little did I realize when I was 21, I guess, when I resigned from my work.
Which is what work?
I used to be a salesman for 2 companies. Okay, one is from parang siyang alam niyo yung Dale Carnegie na book.
Yeah.
So there is a training company from the Dale Carnegie the book where I was a salesman from.
Okay.
The second was a construction research company. I used to be a salesman. And then after I resigned from work, parang my thinking at that time is I want to pursue my path at that time. I wasn't aware of manifestation yet at that time.
Okay.
And then, when I resigned from work, my thinking and mindset at that time, pwede naman ako bumalik. I was 21, I'm too young. Ibig sabihin, worst comes to worst, I can always reapply and
bumalik.
at bumalik.
May fallback ka
Sure
na,
ako.
Diba?
Sure ako, with my age, a lot of companies would still hire me.
Yeah.
At least lang, I've got no regrets. That's when I got myself, I could say by chance, to a personal development community.
Okay.
To a personal development space. So doon nagbago a lot of my mindset and belief system.
Okay.
And that's where I actually learned the right form, I would say, the right form of manifestation. Mamaya, let's discuss further. Pero kasi there's a lot of misconception about manifestation eh. Yung iba nagiging excuse siya ng tamad eh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hindi naman siya talaga ganon. So, but
Yeah.
that's how I really got into that manifestation where I now start to put work in. And the work is really a work on myself, a work to develop me. And I agree with you, Direk, no? Na talagang a lot of people would not believe in me. I think at that time, I accepted it right away. Na a lot of people will not believe in me. And why would they? Palit kaming posisyon, I would also not believe.
Yeah.
Ganda nun.
So,
Tama. Tama naman.
I do not blame them.
Tama yun.
But when I started working on myself and I started creating personal result, I made it a commitment to create result in business. Kumbaga, business-wise, in revenue, in profit, in income, and to make sure that my life is actually working. Then, fast forward. Whatever, when I start putting on content, I just make sure that whatever I say, this is just what I practice.
Yeah.
Oo. So, now, I could have that confidence to say na whether you believe in what I say or not, it's okay. But I'm sure that what I'm saying as far as the principles are concerned works because it worked for me. I'm not saying this is the truth. I'm not saying na totoo ito. I'm not saying na ito yung tamang paraan lang, di ba? Pero, gumana ito sa akin at sinishare ko to sa madaming tao para meron at meron dyan eh. Kumbaga, fishbone method, di ba? Kainin mo yung meat and then you throw the bone. majority of people, I realized especially sa Pilipinas, majority of people don't have access to such. Wala silang access sa ganung information, sa ganung knowledge. So, nung naririnig nila ito, sabi nila, shucks, okay to matry ko nga. Then, doon sa try, doon na nagkakaroon din ng resulta sa kanilang buhay. So, yeah.
So, gusto ko siya mag-steer ng topic na to kasi, di ba, you told me he's a coach.
Yeah.
Right.
But, before natin ibigay sa kanya yung floor, ako, Bri, with you, gusto ko lang munang tanongin, how do you manifest?
I'd say manifestation for me is a combination of things. You have to prepare. Preparation means, para sa akin, it's working on your worthiness and deservability.
Right.
And it's a combination of your responsibility as well, personal responsibility. Kasi ikaw, if we were not accountable to our actions, kasi our life is our life Wala naman, hindi mo naman buhay yung buhay ko,
Correct.
diba?
Correct.
So, if gagawan ko ng paraan so that I can make my life work, then, yung mga bagay na I want to happen, madali ko siya makakamit. And I remember the concept ng be do have.
Right.
Right? So, it's somewhat related to that.
It is precisely that, yeah.
We're in, it's being able to understand who do I need to be. Who do I need to be to do the things that I need to do and have all the things I want in life. So it's somewhat that kind of principle na, I always think about, and at this point in my life, kapag meron akong gusto mangyari sa buhay ko, I always think, who do I need to become? Para maabot ko yun.
Tama.
So, ganun. That's how I do it at this point in my life. How about you, Direk?
Ako kasi, a manifestation for me is something na if you want something badly, you have to think about it every day.
Yeah.
When you say every day, even pagtulog mo, paggising mo, yun lang ang maiisip mo. Subconsciously, hindi mo alam na pag minamanifest mo yung isang bagay, lagi mo siyang iniisip. Lahat ng ginagawa mo sa buhay mo, connected yun.
Correct.
Manifestation. Okay, I will manifest. I want to become an actor. Pero hindi ka naman nag-audition. So, paano?
Hindi congruent.
Hindi
Ito yung lagi ko narinig. Hindi congruent.
Di ba? Now, yung short story na sasabihin ko kanina, I was starting my career, I was a car salesman for a luxury brand. No. Sabi ko, expose ka syempre sa mga kliyente na, upper class, right?
Yeah.
So I would see their watches, I would see their clothes, I would see their cars. Binibentahan ko sila di ba? So, sabi ko sa fiancé ko, kay Chai, alam mo, napanood ko yung The Secret Sabi ko, gusto ko i-try kung kaya kong gawin. Iniisip ko siya, pero parang feeling ko yung habits ko, hindi pa enough para matupad ko yung gusto ko. Meron kaming ginawa isang simpleng, to some other people, pwedeng isipin nyo mababaw, no? Pero for me, it worked. Bumili kami ng binder. Pagbili namin ng binder, nag-cut kami sa mga magazine. Sample, I wanted an Omega watch. James Bond at that time. That was my first luxury watch na talagang pinag-ipunan ko ng sagad yun. Second hand pa yung binili ko. So anyway, nilagay namin yun doon. Tapos, naglagay kami, sabi ko, gusto ko magkaroon ng condo. Nagtikit kami doon ng condo. Tapos, sabi ko, gusto ko makasakay sa plane, sa Cessna. So, naglagay ako ng plane doon. Tapos, naglagay ako. But, a lot of things na nilagay kong gusto ko, like specific watch brands and businesses na gusto ko magkaroon. Alam mo, I'm not sure after 7 or 10 years, nahanap ko yung binder. Aksidente.
Wow.
Paghanap ko dun sa binder, alam mo, maluha-luha ako Kasi lahat ng nilagay ko doon, specific, nakuha ko. Even car na gusto ko, nakuha ko.
Right.
Grabe, no? Vision board lang usually para sa
Agree.
Sa kanila, binder.
Yeah.
Diba? So,
binder.
Does it work? Yes.
Yeah.
It works. Kasi it worked for me.
Kasi it's like a constant reinforcing sa utak mo It's like feeding your mind, kino-contribute mo, and you're collecting evidences.
Right.
Slowly but surely, papunta ka dun sa gusto mong puntahan.
Yeah.
And I feel like yun yung summarizes of what you've experienced nung time na yun.
And that's the reason why, di ba sinasabi ko, I hate manyana habit. Kasi even if malakas ka mag-manifest, pero may manyana habit ka, paano mo matutupad yung...
Madedelay, for sure.
Madedelay for sure.
Madedelay.
Sample, ikaw. Sabi mo, you're not a content creator, but
Yeah.
you just share things that you believed in, right?
Right.
So, for this day, tinamad kang gumawa ng content. What if that day, you were destined to become popular that day?
Exactly.
Correct? So, yun yung sinasabi ko, pag may manyana habit ka, tapos nagmamanifest ka, wag mong asahan na matutupad yung manifestation mo.
And I wanna agree with you on that. Hindi totoo yung manifestation. It's a myth.
It's a myth. Yeah.
Only the obsessed
Yeah.
manifest the rewards.